think we're live. Are we? Yeah. I'll let it load up a bit. Got a little bit of coffee. I just woke up. Not gonna lie. I'm a little tired. But gotta find the link, put it on Store Credit. Probably go back to OG Pods this week with Rob. But let me find this on YouTube. I hate how like it restarts and stuff like that. But let's find it. Let's get to it. I'll let it load up a bit. Gotta find the stream.
Our students'
Found
mental
it.
health matters.
What's up, Anthony? Thanks for tapping in. Gonna let it load up a bit. Let me post the link on this. Give me a sec. Fuck. Hold up. Sorry, guys. I suck at multitasking low key now. Where's the link? Oh, there it is. All right. Hey, what's up, Heat Lifer? Give me 1 sec. Let me just go live on the store. Got a couple questions. I got a good amount this time. So, like I said, I was saying earlier, I think before everybody got on, that we're going to go back to the live pods or the regular pods this week. I have a ton of questions, been working on it just to keep it more fun, more interactive. But yeah, I'm going to let it load up a bit and then we'll get right to it. How's your morning going? All right. Where are we? We'll start from the bottom. East LA Kicks had asked us, how are you guys handling the economy being down financially? And we're just being more limited with what we're buying. Really paying attention with stuff that sells, and then obviously picking and choosing with store credit and whatnot. We're still spending like around 8 on the low end and then 15 on the high end right now, I would say daily. Okay. But obviously I'm not a big fan of like bloating that we're spending a lot of money, or just because I don't know. It's weird. But we do spend 8 to 15K every day. Obviously we know what to do credit on and what to do cash on, and I think a lot of the community that comes to our store understands that. So it's nice that people are like, all right, look, like some people already know, like, oh, I'm looking for cash for this, and then I want to store credit on this. That makes my life, DC's life, so much easier. And it's cool because you have the understanding of what we can do credit on and the cash on. So AKA, you know that you have good stuff and you know that you have stuff or stuff that's not moving. So that's just the consumer knowing the market, which is great. Yeah, but like right now, GRs are pretty slow, but unless you get them for good price, like yesterday I got 2 Jordan 1s brand new for 60, and then you guys will see them up later for $80 each, maybe 90. But it's brand new. They're nothing special. I think it's like a silver toe and something else, pretty decent sizes. But again, where are you gonna go find the shoe for $90? Brand new. That is a solid shoe, I would say, like a Jordan 1, nice colorway. And that's where I was telling, I think the Sneaky League girls, where I was just like, I think Syndicate is moving to the point where we're not becoming like we are a buy sell trade store, but we're kind of becoming a sneaker store just in general. That um that you're just gonna be able to go buy kicks. You're gonna be able to go buy $50 to $100 shoe or a $2,000 to $3,000 shoe. So I think that's good because it's good for the community, where like somebody that doesn't really care for like, oh, this is this shoe, vice versa. let me just go buy a shoe. But yeah, I think it's tough right now, but we're being really smart of how we're spending. And then also same thing even with like our jobs, we're being very smart. And again, we tell people like, hey, right now it's not the best time because especially right now, what are we on September? September, October is usually extra slow. So we tell people like, hey, right now the market's super down. And if you don't need to sell these shoes, don't sell them. So it's just so many ways that we can make sure not to overspend too. So yeah, handling the slow times is good, but it's always waves. Um, how many Rick Gates asked? Oh wait, man, the fuck. Jay Barca, my bad. Jr. Barca 10 said, "What's the best shoe out this year? What's your guys' favorite shoe?" Because I think I've answered this in this pod 2 weeks in a row now. I think Amaneer 3's black ones are really nice. I do think the Bread 4 Reimagined is really good. I recently saw this Common Hype interview. Actually, Edwin, one of the guys, he's probably in the comments. He sent me a video talking. Then this guy, I forgot his name, but it was with the Common Hype guys, and he was talking about how he was like stocking up on like Bread Force, and like certain shoes, just because obviously he believes in it still. And same thing with us, like there's certain shoes that we do take in still, but I think the Bread 4 is one of my favorite shoes this year. It's more wearable. I think it's a good take on a classic Jordan, obviously the 4. I've seen the 3s this year, the Black Cement 3s, and again, the Black Cement 3 is not that great this year. It's solid. Obviously, I'll still buy it, but I do like the Amaneer 3 more. And right now, people are not like in the pandemic where like, oh, I need every shoe. So like if I had to pick one, Black Cement 3 or Amaneer 3, I'm gonna pick the Amaneer 3. Better quality, looks nicer. The packaging, the story, everything behind it is way better than the Black Cement 3. Black Cement 3 is just like a classic, but I feel like this Black Cement 3 doesn't have that reimagined feel to it, or the quality doesn't look all there. I've seen a couple stores get it, and I've seen better pictures of it, and it just doesn't do it for me, as in like a sneaker of the year contender. But I'm gonna stick with those two. If the Lunar Lawn came out this year, I don't remember the Nike one. I still love my pair. I wear it a lot on my days off. That's one of my personal favorite sneakers of the year. There's this, there's so many sneakers of the year, but if we're just talking about like popular sneakers, I'm gonna say the Amaneer 3. The J Tips, the new Saucony, that one's really nice too. There's a lot. So we're gonna get again. We're coming back to the regular pods at the shop. I'm getting down so many listings, like doing a lot of work, just so we're more prepared for it. And that's why I kind of stopped doing them because we weren't that prepared for them. So then now I'm doing so much work where I've been fucking tired. Even DC mentioned was just like, yo, you've been wearing the same clothes all week. And I was just like, yeah, I've been doing a lot of shit at home that nobody sees, but you guys will see it. So those are my two sneakers of the year. Let me know in the comments what your sneakers of the year. On the chat, I will go on later and read everybody's comments. Rick Gates, RIC Gates, how many pairs do you have in your personal collection? How many pairs do you guys think I have in my personal collection? I don't have that many. I think I keep around 25 to 35 pairs in my collection. There's a solid 5 to 8 pairs that I'll never get rid of, and then everything else can kind of go. That's pretty much it. Fragments, Tom Sachs, Union set, Dior set. What else is in there? Some pretty good stuff in there. I think I'm more, excuse my language, I think I'm more anal about getting rid of my vintage clothes. Vintage clothes I don't get rid of at all. Hudson's been trying to get me to sell him my Tomb Raider shirt. It's hard. I told him to let him borrow it, but it's really hard for me to get rid of vintage. So yeah, 35 to 45 sneakers, and that's on the high end. Artie Me Boyo. Toughest challenge faced in 2024, and what are your goals for 2025? Toughest challenge in 2024, man, is staying consistent. I made a whole pod about how it is to stay consistent, but it is really hard staying consistent. There's days where you're just like, fuck, like, and I mean consistent just from the person aspect, like going to the gym, going to work, like, and making sure that everybody eats. I think one of the biggest challenges this year for me personally has been, I call it the Syndi budget cuts. It's a joke. Um, but I've like, I feel like I take care of the employees pretty well. Like, and even though they probably don't see it, is, we paid their lunches, they get all the merch for free. Um, you could, you could like not find parking on time. There's so many things that like other jobs won't let you get to do. You could come a little late, vice versa. So this year, instead of cutting days, every company does it. Like, oh, let's cut our days to save hours. I just was just like, hey guys, no more paid lunches. I need you guys to clock up for your lunch. And yeah, instead of being like, yo guys, I'm gonna cut your days 2 days, 1 day, was vice versa. I found ways to like manage that and make extra money so that everybody can get paid still. The employees, ourselves, even ourselves, we take pay cuts, like we always take pay cuts when it's slow. And again, being the number one guy, you never get your full check compared to being number two, number three guy. So a lot of people don't see that. And I think a lot of like people on the front end, but like at the store, won't see that. So I think the toughest challenge is kind of dealing with like times where you have to make cuts, but you don't have to. We didn't. Just maybe we started telling employees like, hey, we can't pay your lunch this time or this month, or vice versa. Can you please clock out? And it is what it is. AKA, just we're just being a normal job. That's all it is. But yeah, I think some employees lost like an hour. And if I hear crazy stories from like corporations, like, or bigger stores, like as in like the kids and blah blah. Oh fuck, we got our hours cut, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, it's cool when fucking Phil Knight or Ronnie Fake does it, but if Briss does it, it's the end of the world. He's such a bad guy, blah blah blah. But yeah, I think that's the toughest challenge, dealing with egos and finding a way to um, save a little bit of bread, but also still have everybody eat what they can, Um, so I think that's the toughest challenge. Sorry, there's a second answer to that question. The goals for 2025, I think it's focused on the brand more. It's something that me and Ariane were talking about on the side. Is the brand is doing so well and it's growing so much. I think Hudson was there before I got there yesterday about seeing like the Syndi double knees and the Syndi jacket. Came out really good, as in like the wash and the material, but there still needs a lot of work. And I think a lot of people, like even these users, like, oh well, this looks like shit. And I was just like, hey bro, it's not finished. The the point of the product yesterday was to see the wash and the material. If that was great, boom, we're done. Let me do some editing. I pulled out my fucking what's that thing, tape measure, just see where we needed edits. So I think taking the brand a little bit more serious is my goal for 2025. I don't know, man. Expansion, maybe, or maybe relocation, but I don't know. I think people really love Chinatown, as in like they've learned to love it in a way. But I just feel like we can do a lot more. Um, but I have no idea yet. So my goals for 2025 is fucking make it to 2025. Rice Ruiz, would you like to do one of the collabs with small brands? Um, yes and no. I'm more open for brands to do pop-ups at the shop. Obviously, they would have to rent the space and stuff like that. But I'm more open to that, and then maybe doing something for them, like kind of how we did Luke's, where we gave out the museum hat, which I don't know where it's at, but we dropped the museum hat this week. The last time we did it, we gave it out for free at Luke's. Um, so I think I'm more open to that. Just collabing is a little hard for me. So, but I'm more down for pop-ups. Romero, shout out Romero, always tapped in. Syndicate fall winter gear. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Not a lot, but so um, there is 4 fitteds coming out. There's a green fitted, I call it the wrong green. There's the Mo Black. It's for my homie Mohammed, in New York, fitted. And there is the Dodgers Giants rivalry fitted hats. They're obviously establishment hats. You guys see me wearing the green one. They're coming soon. Wool, low profile, really nice. We took so much time, and I'm pretty sure you guys always say like, "Yo, we need fitteds," but again, it's a work in progress. The shape, the fit, the material, everything. These are our own blanks. So there's 4 hats. 4 hats coming, 4 fitteds for sure. There is double knees coming. There's maybe a nice little like work jacket coming. Um, what else? I already see somebody coming with low profile. It's like low profile, but not low profile. Like you'll see it. It's good. If you guys see the shape, don't worry. I'll actually grab it. So it's not like super low profile. Like I just changed it up a little bit. It has the big syndicate right here, and it has a little S. Where is it? Right there. And then look, it's not super low profile. But I guess I'll keep it on. This is my favorite hat right now. But this is the hat. Great brim, no black nasty sound here. But yeah, I'm very, 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 very hyped for this one. There's a whole like Ed Hardy inspired sweatsuit and hat coming too. The what is it? What October's pretty stacked. We're doing a Sleepy Hollow long sleeve for Halloween. We are doing a collab tee with. Oh, speaking of collabs, it's not a person, but we're doing a collab tee with Skate the Great. He just gave me an idea, and I was just like, "Yo, you gave me the idea, and you were bugging me. Not bugging me, but he would always ask me like, when is it coming?' And he knows how my email is, so we're doing a little something with him with the movie called Their Presidents, and we're gonna give away our 3-year anniversary tee. It's a Kobe tee. 3-year anniversary tee with random purchases of any merch when we drop that tee. So that's some of the stuff coming. Joas Luis, what's the plan for 4-year? And are you doing another 3-year anniversary party? Party, not too sure, man. I don't know if I'm gonna do a party. I'm doing a shirt, Kobe tee for the 3-year anniversary. And maybe do a big drop instead. So, like as in like sneakers and clothes. But party, not too sure yet. Not too sure. Maybe a pizza party. No, I don't know. Sin, CYNNNN, and then 3 more N's. Where does the daily spending budget come from? Sales from the day before. Actually, I think we're like a week backed up with payments or something like that. But the budget just comes from you. You have good stuff, and we haven't paid too many bills. And it just depends too. Like obviously, the budget is come from sales. Obviously, basic business. But again, let's say our budget is 8K on the low end, but somebody comes in with yesterday, Strange Love, Travis SB, Travis Mocha High. I forgot what it is. The budget's thrown out the door, buddy. Those are good shoes that we can't say no to. And the Travis sold, and I think Luis Kicks and Lips actually about that. Sorry to put you on blast. But yeah, so again, 4 good shoes came in. We can't say no to them. Fuck it. I think that's that for that one. All right. Lindsay third. Do you all ever did I can't understand this question. But he pretty much brought up the round 2 show. honestly, man, the round two show, Graham was great, bro. Graham was legit. I want to get to that part. I keep telling Rob that we need to interview more customers. Um, I think obviously the content with us was good, but what Graham used to do with customers was great. Like that to me was like he would get super hands on with them. He would talk to them a lot. But yeah, the round two show was just it was a good, very, 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 very good show, and it was literally just all Graham. So I need Rob to get to there. Um, so yeah. Um, Jesus2323. What's one shoe you regret not buying during your buying days in round two for personal or for flip? Honestly, bro, one shoe that I regret buying, all the SBs that we used to have round two. We used to have all the SBs for cheap. Like, and I'm talking about crazy stuff. And if you remember some of the pictures of behind the register of round two, just look at the back and look at all the SBs, and they were cheap. Nobody cared. They would get dusty. So that's some of the shoes I would say, but I never really regret not buying shoes, I would say. Tommy Riggin, what Kobe do you want to protro the most? Sample Kobe. Honestly, fuck, that's a good question because there is a lot. Like for example, the KL 6, there is pairs that are wearable because they're protros, but they're like 1500, but should come out. The KL 5 too is good. I actually really do like the new All Star one with the stars. Um, those are nice. I need those, but I don't know. I do like the what are those things called? The Prelude Pack Fours. Those are really nice. The purple ones. So those could protro would be nice. And I really wish they dropped that All Star WNBA shoe that Caitlin Clark wore. That was really nice. What do you guys like? But yeah, I think those would be my shoes to drop because they are dropping the Dodger one. Thank God. I don't like the Dodgers, but I think it's a really nice colorway. Dave, Asics Gel Cayano 14 or GT 2160? I personally like the GT 2160 more. The Cayano's way more popular, but the 2160 to me is slightly better. Um, Charlie Bustan, what is your pro wrestler Rushmore? Uh, Stone Cold, The Rock, Chris Benoit. Um, Round Rushmore is 4 or 5. Let me know in the comments. Edge, is it 4 or is it 5? 4 pop. All right, well there it is. 4. So those are 4. Edge, Stone Cold, Chris Benoit. An honorable mention, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is the best wrestler of all time, but he's not in my top 4. But I think Shawn Michaels might be the best wrestler of all time. Out to lunch, English or Spanish? Finish it, bro. Somebody finish it in the comments. Death, top 3 SBs of the year. Damn, that one is tough because I don't think there's 3 good SBs this year so far. What are SBs that came out this year that are good? I think the Vera SB is not that bad, but other than that, I don't think there's 3 good SBs. What do you guys think? Is there 3 really, really good SBs this year so far? I don't think so. Futura, I don't even like the Futura. Oh, fuck, that one's tough. We'll get back to it. Hopefully by the end of the year there is some like really good SBs so you can have this combo, but I don't think there's 3 good SBs. That are like sick. You know, there's good colorways like the malachite, that one's nice, and then there's that other one that's like deep royal. So we talked about it last week, the deep royal with the green. That one's good, but I don't think it's like oh my god. Top tips to legit check older SB models, bro. Those are like I'm not gonna say they're easy, but they're pretty easy because age is a big factor. Ungluing tags, the Nike on the back tab, like The new fakes, they're too crispy. They just look like they just came out yesterday. So that alone is insane. Like somebody brought in a pair of Stussy Cherry SBs dead stock. The box was off, but the shoe just looked like if they did the drop at fucking Undefeated 2 days ago. So that's a big factor. Obviously there is a lot of smaller factors, but and then also your gut feeling. You'll know, bro. Sometimes it's always good to trust your gut. Jason with _._. What's the most you've ever traded to get a Grail shoe clothing item? Fuck. What was the biggest trade of my life? Oh, here's a good one. Deftone Dunks. It wasn't a big trade, but so I got Deftone Dunks from my friend Frankie. Shout out Frankie. So I had gotten a ton of off-white Euros from this kid that used to work at a store in the UK. I got a ton of them, and Frankie wanted one of them, and one of my what are those things called? Remoas, the Supreme Remoas. So I traded him a Euro and a Remoa. That essentially I had paid 2,500 for both of those items for a Deftone Dunk. And you want to know something crazier about that trade is he has Wu-Tang Dunks still to this day, which I don't know how he feels about them retroing. But he asked me, like, yo, if you give me your other Remoa, which is the complete set, I'll give you Wu-Tang Dunks. And I was like, nah, I'm good. So I regret that. But that was money-wise one of my biggest trades that I personally have done. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, it's just heat like Deftones, Euros. Like I think that's a pretty crazy trade in my opinion. Mr. Trip McNeely, what is one shoe you admire but wouldn't purchase? There's a ton, bro. There's a shit ton of shoes that I admire, but they're not for me. I'm not the biggest SB guy. I always say that. So there's shoes that I can look at and I'm just like, damn, sick. Not for me. So a lot of SBs, a lot of Kobe's, a lot of runners, like Cos Air Forces, Cos Air Max 90s, the Currents. I'm a big fan of sneakers, but there's some shoes that I just don't like for me. The Patas that are coming out this month or next month, super nice shoes, super good. Is it for me? Probably not. Will I wear it? Maybe once, but do I need it? No. It's nice, but I think that's one thing about me is that I'm a big fan of shoes, but not all shoes are for me. I'm just like a sneaker guy that like I would love anytime I see a sneaker store, I go into it just because I want to look at sneakers. It's just like with a kid with trading cards, if you like trading cards in video games, you're gonna go into that. If you fucking like toy stores, you're gonna go into a toy store. Like skateboarders, you're gonna go to skate shop. So yeah, I think I admire a lot of shoes in general. Tuscan leather, no, I do not still have those. Ooh, okay. Leaking veins, that's a good ass name. Why won't you haggle on your prices when sometimes they are market or over? Great question. Great question. Drink coffee for that one. There are some shoes that are just hot, man. They're hot. They're moving really fast. And I'm not gonna lie, you go to certain stores, and I still believe to this day that we might have some of the most competitive prices in there. Yeah, we do tax on some things, but it's just like you gotta know on what to tax on. For example, one shoe that is very high right now at certain stores is like a White Thunder, 350, 400 at some stores. And I get it. And if you have that market, great. And I wish I had that market, but we don't. We sell them at 300, maybe even 280 sometimes. But there is some shoes that are just moving too well. Like the Nigels when they first came out, the gray ones, I think there were 300 on StockX, and they were just moving so fast that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try 4, and they moved like fast. Like when Bread Force first came out, we've had them at 325. But in reality, if you just ask questions and come in very nice, you'll get a small discount. I would say for the most part. Or we'll work with you. I don't want to say you'll get a discount, but we'll work with you. Like it's all about being polite and asking questions. And I think everybody knows that. So if you come in and you're like, oh, why is it at 325? Yo, I got 300 cash, 290 cash. I'll be like, bet, let's do it. Easy. Or with your trades too, we'll try to make it work, but there are certain things that we just can't take. Um, but for example, I think we have Hyper Royals at 300. So and we're another thing also is we are very current with the market too. So sometimes there's shoes sitting, and if somebody comes up to the register, grabs a shoe, and they're coming up to the register, I look up the market really quick on, like for example, yesterday, just to give you an example, somebody bought a Tinker Hatfield 3 yesterday for 325, size 13. Look at the market right now. In my head, I'm like, oh shit, like we had that shoe for a while. So I look it up before I ring this guy up. Boom, boom, boom. Still like 300 on StockX. I was like, all right, bet 325 is not too crazy. But for example, if there's a shoe that it happened a lot with pandas when we have them at 125, even $100 sometimes. But when they were dropping, we were just keeping up with them, and we lost so much money because we just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. But it's because Nike kept redropping. But yeah, it's just keeping up with the current market, and we do work with people. But there's certain stuff that we know not to haggle, bro. Like there's certain stuff like we know. For example, cone foams that we got yesterday, they sold, because they're not accessible. Like a Travis Scott SB, boom. Even the somebody hit us up and they made a comment. They're like, "Yo, you've had those Travis Phantoms long enough. Can you lower the price?" And I was just like, "Nobody. I'd rather have those shoes looking nice because in reality, you as the consumer, you want to come into a store that has cool stuff. You don't want to come into a store that just has like. Imagine if we just had and when you walk in the right wall, that just makes us area like just like everybody else. But if you look at their use section, this shoe case, those are stuff that you want to just have there sitting. So with that type of stuff, I don't mind it if it sits, And if you come in later on and you're like, hey, can you just do this much and give us a respectable offer? We'll be like, bet, easy, done. So I could go more into depth, but that's just like the basis. Giovanni Islas, what are your top 3 GR colorways? Any brand, any model? Damn. Personally, Vans Old Schools, Off Rip, Bread Force, and any Jordan 1 classic colorway, Bread or Royal. Pretty easy, nothing too hard. Marco Lovo, Marco Los Tortas, so does Lonnie. Describe one of your greatest professional achievements. Can include opening Syndi. Personally, one of my greatest achievements. What is a personal great achievement? Being alive? No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, opening up most of the round twos. That was sick for me just because the chemistry that me and like Luke had opening stores was fun. Like we hated each other at times, we loved each other, but we kind of all knew that we were good for each other in a way. So I think opening up round twos was like special because I think I was like one of the only employees that they trusted with that. So that was really, really cool. Like opening New York and then Russo being like, "Oh, you're good. You could take this alone." Chicago, I even like helping up Miami, even like just like redoing the way round two did inventory and stuff like that. So I think just like what I accomplished at round two is up there. It's in the past. I've let it go. Some people haven't. But yeah, I think what I accomplished there is like very good just because it was like I was very back end with them, but seeing like Sean explode, seeing Luke do his own thing, like obviously as like branded himself, and even seeing what Russo did and all those guys, I think me just being on the back end and working and being like, damn, like they trust me was sick. Like that to me was really cool. So I think that's one of my personal achievements. Um, Marco Los Tortas, again, can you discuss a time when you felt derailed in your career progress? Every day, bro. Every day. Like I said, it's hard being consistent. There's times that are tough. And I feel personally that I live like a pretty lonely life. So sometimes, listening to yourself, and not having people that I don't want to say not having, but there's certain people that just don't get it sometimes. I do talk to some of my friends, a lot of them, but I can't really like give them what I'm actually feeling career wise, just because I think we work a very, very different path. So it's really hard. And another thing is that making it look easy is hard. So I think there is certain times, but I stay distracted. I hang out with my friends, go watch movies with my friends. That's like one of my favorite things. Go to like events and shows, which I haven't because I haven't been in the mood lately. Go for runs, the run club. There's certain things that like you focus on other things. Like right now, I tell one of my friends, and I tell her all the time how like I really love like the track on Mondays because everybody feels like a giant group, high fives, having fun. So that's one of my best things. But yeah, it's just trying to distract yourself with certain things. But it happens all the time, bro. All the time. When are the fitteds releasing in this green colorway? The fitteds are releasing soon. Um, one of the colorways black, and then like a Dodger colorway and a Giants colorway. Soon, very soon. Damn, I have a shit ton of questions. But I think I'm gonna get to the comments because there's a lot, and then I'll answer more of these on the regular pod. So let's go. BY, what is your favorite made in USA New Balance? Fuck, I don't know. There's a lot, but I kind of like the Joker straight routes, the black one. Those are really good. Anthony Hudson said, need Syndi FC Pro Club, FC25 Pro Clubs. If you want in, let me know. Well, Hudson's in, but if any of you guys want to, let me know. Anthony Nguyen said you should watch DD. It might be still in theaters where you live, or you can buy an Apple TV. Bet I might add that. Bobby Pesos, what a time to be alive to buy shoes for the low. I got my KD nerves for some used DMP 6s, bro. KD nerves, Grail, and now 150. So yeah. Anthony Nguyen, do you think Pata Chlorophyll Air Max ones will be over under retail? That one is tough, because I don't know if it has enough hype where it's going to stay over retail. Because if you guys go look at Huff prices, just look up Huff Air Max and look at those prices. I was shocked. Just go look at it. Damn, somebody backed up DD twice. Anthony Nguyen said my favorite shoe is Linen Air Forces and Pata Green Air Maxes since you asked. Yeah, those are two good choices. Linens are up there, man. Shout out Edwin. Shout out for you telling me. Is the Rick Going Low the real sneaker of the year? A lot of people really do like that shoe. The strobe sneaker, really nice. Nike SB Lunarlon was a good era. Bobby Pesos Futura SBs, solid, but I hate it. Have you ever seen an NDA sneaker you couldn't talk about? No, I don't think so. That's another thing. I hate when people are like, so damn, this company's watching me, blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, trust me, they're not watching you, bro. Like, they're listening to you, but they're not watching you. They don't care. Like, I saw some Supreme stuff early. But again, I'm not horny for attention. I have pictures of it on my phone, and I don't care. I just saw it. I'm like, oh, sick, it's gonna be good. Like, I think it's gonna be good, but I just don't care. I remember when Union Jordan 1s were coming out, my friend sent me a picture because he was working on them, and I was like, damn, this might be one of the best Jordan 1s ever. And I'm talking about the first one, the black toe and the storm blue. But again, didn't leak the images, nothing. Doesn't matter. I'll let the blogs do that. Isai said, good morning. What's up? Good morning. Edwin Belen, hot take, but love the linens and military blues this year. Yeah, man, that's not really a hot take. Those are safe, nice shoes, classics, both of them, accessible, cheap, good materials. Can't go wrong. Keep Chinatown, bro. It's central and not as much competition. Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. Vape Son, Cecilia said he needs to fit it soon. Anthony Nigumen said, how would you describe LA's apparel banks that you use? I never had it. I hate tees that are too stiff and hard and heavy. Honestly, bro, it just depends the color because I stopped doing white LA apparel tees because they're like the neck is nasty. So we do like cement or like we do another colorway. That's why the Flight Club tees this color and not white because the white tees come out bad. But with LA apparel, it's you got to think about it, it's pretty much a giant like factory just pumping out tees, so not everything is consistent. Otto Kyber, Jordan 3 Amanier shoe of the year, just like the Jordan 5 Amanier Dust was the best shoe of the year. In my opinion, what do you think? I think Amanier 5s are good. That's a shoe that I have in my closet with the Amanier 3s. So yeah, it's I don't even think it's a hot take. They're really, really nice shoes. The black one and both black 3s and 5s. George Delorenzo and Domininis, you posted one length or different lanes. Honestly, bro, we're fixing all that up. They were really nice, but just very skinny. So we need to like widen the leg, not too baggy. But yeah. Ozzy Lopez said, make a hat for Raza. What do you want me to make? I'll take it into consideration. Briz, take us into your closet. I don't know, bro. Maybe. Do Syndi do buyouts at events? Honestly, we don't. I just like doing buyouts at the store. Carlos asked if I finished Chef Papa. Bro, we're busy, but I do have another idea. And hopefully it comes into fruition. Y'all are smart to go over your budget. If someone brings in good shoes, scared money don't make money. You're right. Tuscan Leather, hey Briz, what's one SB dunk you want that you never had? That I want that I never Paris SBs never had, probably never will have unless they retro it. But yeah. Joey Magana, how do you like the Super Blast 2? Honestly, I haven't tried it. Somebody at the Run Club was wearing it. Looked really nice. Can't wait to wear it. Vape Son, DC stuck in the Sneaky League basement. Chill out. It's not a basement. It's a living room. YouTube Toys. Good morning from the Florida Keys. What's up, man? How's Florida? Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You copping? I got the code and I downloaded it, so it's somewhere in there. 100% Shawn Michaels. Cheetah 7s. Oh, Cheetah 7s. So funny story about those. I had got like 5 pairs of Black Cement 3s when they first came out. When the Cheetahs came out the same year. And I was so horny for Cheetah 7s that I told some guy $200 and a pair of Black Cement 3s. And he said yes, obviously. But yeah, that's how horny I was for Cheetah 7. SBs have been asked this year. Facts. Chuck Dilo, is there a story behind why you became a Giants fan? Yeah, there is. Easy story. So when I was growing up, if you guys remember 2002 World Series, they played the Angels. A lot of people that I knew that were Dodger fans started rooting for the Angels that World Series. And I get it. You want to beat the Giants. I didn't care for baseball. So I started watching it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of entertaining. It was a really good World Series, if you remember. The Angels, low-key, were pretty, like, they were stacked at that time. Like, I remember Troy Glaus. There was that white guy. I think he was a second baseman. The Rodriguez closer. But I do remember Barry Bonds. Oh, that guy fucking sick. That's how I became a Giants fan. Ever since then. So I hopped on the bandwagon because they were a World Series contender. Did the Hyper one come out this year? Which one? Patera is crazy overrated because of the name. It's decent, but nowhere near the shoe of the year. Yeah, I just think that toe box is nasty, bro. The mesh toe box is nasty. City Akmat, top three soccer players in the world right now. Right now, Rodri. Fuck, it's hard not to say Manchester City players, but Rodri, Mbappe, Vinnie, maybe. Babe Son, there SB Dunks. Honorable mention, Bukayo Saka. I like Bukayo. Which three designer purchases have you gotten the most of your money's worth out of? Any of my jackets. My jackets, low key, I beat up. Um, I used to wear them a lot. I can't really wear them a lot here, but in New York, I used to wear my jackets to the ground, and I didn't care if I would fall in snow. I'd just throw myself. Night Out. Did you ever own the Supreme 2010 iconic Leopard M51 Grail jacket? Yes, one of the best jackets ever. Don't have it anymore, but it's really nice. Andre 3K. Good morning. Just woke up. Waffles or pancakes? Depends, but I like waffles more. And why is the only right answer waffles? Damn, I didn't even read that. You love the Futuras. I hate the Futuras. Edwin, if you can take an employee from each store you've worked at to make an all-star team, who would you pick and why? Any store ever? Kobe and Kelly. That's it. And Julian. I like Julian. Briz, do you still have Deftones? No. Anthony Hudson used to get them for if you guys remember, Kobe's used to be so cheap to get and so easy to get. Kobe's were that shoe where like, oh, I'm getting back into hoops for me. Oh, I'm getting back into hoops. I want to hoop again. I'm gonna go to Foot Locker, buy a pair of Kobe's and go hoop tonight. All the time. Literally all the time. DJ84 2002. Been following you for a long time, like 2015. How has your style changed since then? It just evolves, man. I mean, obviously in 2015 was like vintage tee, slim fit jeans, and Jordans. I always used to like my Rick Owens hoodie. So it just evolves, it gets a little wider, maybe skinnier. I don't know. It's just evolving with the trends. But still kind of being true to yourself in a way. Chris, crisis actor, do you wear Stussy? Thoughts on said brand? I like your bits. I love Stussy. Stussy's one of the best brands. Does well for us at the shop. The Stussy big old jeans are great. Stussy zip-ups are great. Stussy Nike sneakers are great. So yeah, Stussy's up there. As in like, Stussy is a really good brand if you're getting into streetwear, obviously, and also if you're just like one simple good stuff. It's up there with Supreme to me. Worst. I have sick ass questions. Did you say when you're gonna drop the hat on your head? Yeah, soon. I'm just waiting for them. And Vapeson is correct. That might be the month that we drop it. Need to save my pennies now. Where? Fuck. Oh, here we go. Can I get a discount on WC4? See how God? Yeah, sure. Pull up. Best running shoe right now. That one's hard. It just depends what type of running you're doing. I do like the A6 Nimbus. That one's good. Shout out Oxnard, porfa. Shout out Oxnard. Carlos Vasquez, we need that Syndi Premier League, that Premier League Team Syndi shirt. Maybe. Thanks for throwing me a pair of socks. Got you. Anytime. Favorite and most underrated Man City player could be current or from an older team. You know who I used to like? What's his name? I sound like LeBron. Carlos Tevez is the GOAT. When we had Jekyll, he was good. But Gale Glitchy, I forgot how to say his last name, but I used to use him a lot in FIFA, and for some reason he was really fast. David Silva, great. But I don't know, man. I still think Kevin De Bruyne might be one of our best players ever. Obviously, Aguero is up there, but Kevin De Bruyne is insane. Thoughts on Palace Vivian Westwood drop? It's cool. Palace is cool, but I think Palace for me would have been way sicker when I was in high school. Like I think Palace I think I would have picked Palace over Preem in high school, but I think Preem is better now. But I think Palace does have like that very like young skater look in a way. Alex Valdovinos haven't looked at it, but when them Oasis go on sale, they did go on sale. They're already selling for a lot. I'm gonna just wait till next year, and then I'll buy everything when I plan my Euro trip next year. Favorite soccer player of all time, Ronaldo. What's up? Do you plan on streaming more often? I've been tuning in to NCAA this year. I do, but sometimes I'll get home and I'm mad tired, so I just lay down and do nothing. But I should. Just woke up. Am I late? Never too late, Arthur. Worse, Briz, you ever done Nas in your younger days? Pff, yes. Come on, bro. I'm from like Southeast LA. I'm pretty sure everybody does. Lonnie still does it. Giants have been ass all year, bro. We've been ass since 2014. Fuck it. Briz, I'm a poster head like you. I can't do reprints. I search your original promo posters too. What's your poster girl you've been searching for that you haven't found? I'm actually looking for more Oasis, more Buffalo 66. And one that I really, really can't find is like an original Kate Moss, like Calvin poster, but like it has to be original, but I can't find it for a decent price. Anthony from Man U. Damn. Shout out Anthony. Opinions on the Nigel's RM. I still hate the shoe, but it's nice. Like as in like I wouldn't wear it, but it's contradictory because if you guys have seen that new Jordan all court that was designed by the girl from Who Decides War, it kind of has similarities, but I prefer the all court. So they kind of look the same in a way if you really like break it down a bit. But I think the Nigel is nice, but it's not for me. But I like as in like I hate the shoe like how it looks on me, if that makes any sense. Do you think Vinnie is taking the Ballon d'Or? I hope so. Otto Caballeros, I'm a Man City fan, but I can't see Erling Haaland stay in Manchester for his entire career. Where do you think he'll go next? Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's leaving after next year. I just don't see him staying. Are all the Supreme posters in the Syndi from the New York warehouse too? I didn't know they keep old posters. So no, so most of those posters, bro, we used to get from employees that used to work at there. And we just collected them throughout the years. I think the only one that's not from there is the Andre. But all the other ones came through people that we knew. Even one of them was signed by one of the photographers for Matt, so that was kind of cool. Do you ever want to do an Ironman marathon? I want to do Ironman, but that, bro, what is it? It's a 100-mile bike ride, marathon, and 3-mile swim. Good luck to me. Carlos Tevez on Man U, greater than our Man City. Hey, bro, him leaving to Man City was kind of a. That's in the headfire. Appreciate it. Pozole or menudo? Neither. It's crazy. I'm not a big fan of soup. You doing Coachella this year? Probably not, because I'm gonna go to the Oasis concert. The best Oasis song ever is "Little by Little." One of us a classic. Come on, come here, man. What's a band that flies under the radar in mainstream that you love? For me, it's Stone Roses or the Pixies. The Church has pretty good songs, I think. Favorite Spanish rock song? What's that song? I have it here. Give me a sec. I always forget the name because I don't really listen to it too much. Where are you? The one with the baby has the cover. That's a good song. Haaland to Barca. That'd be kind of crazy. Are any of the Supreme posters in the shop for sale? No. Thoughts on the Linkin Park new lead singer? I don't know how I feel about it. I actually saw that last night, but if it's gonna make him go on tour, it'd be pretty sick. But I just don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, 54 minutes on the pod. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. I have more questions, but that would be for the other pod. So we'll probably get that started this week or next week. If we do get started next week, it'd be another live pod. But yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, there it is. Lamento Boliviano. There it is. Take care, guys. Have a good weekend. Wait, Briss, when was the last time you had a beer lineup? Last question. This like here, maybe 2015. Maybe 2015. I said I shaved my beer for $1,000. If anybody wants to commit to that, yeah, 2015. But yeah, take care. Have a good day. Later.